Since I'm upstairs, yeah, I get up early, yeah, but I also fall asleep early too. So, hmm, I don't know if the height has anything to do with that. I'm a little closer to heaven, so I'm falling asleep earlier. Hey. Shoot. Well, that's funny. I'm a little closer to heaven, so my body's behaving. Oh, shit, that's too funny. Oh, gosh. Anyway, um, there's something really interesting I saw on the news earlier today, and that was so in Poland. People really make fun of Polish people, and this is an American thing. That everybody they have the when I was growing up, they would have these jokes. They call them Polak jokes, and I don't know if that word is offensive or not. Let me Google that right now. Okay, they call them Polacks because there was a lot of immigrants that also came from Poland. And in America, they have these Polish jokes or Polak jokes, they call it. And let's see here. Shit, I've got German. Why do I have German Google? Shit, I don't want German Google. Jeez. Gosh darn it. Google.com. There. Okay. I don't know if that. Polak. Okay, here it is. Well, that's something different. Hmm. 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 Okay. Maybe I have the wrong spelling. Okay. But that's what they would say in America, yeah? Polak jokes, they would say. And I don't know if that like I said, I don't know if that's considered offensive or not. I'm kind of thinking it might be, yeah? I don't know because there weren't any Polish people that lived in the area where I lived. But I always heard it told like that. Yeah, people would tell these Polak jokes, and Polak meaning Polish. Yeah, it is Polak. Yeah, okay. But let me find out. I don't want to offend anybody. Okay, so I want to make sure this is not offensive. Okay, hang on a second. Um, I just had something on the screen here. Hang on a second. And yo, okay. And these jokes, they're really crazy, yeah. And a lot of people tell these jokes in different formats, and they'll use it intertribally too. Like say for example, there was these two Pine Ridge guys. They were good old kind of drunks. They woke up the next morning after getting drunk all night, and they really had hangovers, and they were sitting there thinking, what should we do? So this guy said, let's go walk downtown. He said, so they went downtown, and they saw in one of these hardware stores. They saw this, and the TVs were on, and they saw this man landing on the moon. Yeah, and they were like, "Wow, geez, these mans are landing on the moon." They said, "Wow, we should do something and be great like that too." So the other guy said, "Yeah, I know." He said, "We could land on the sun." He said. So the other guy said, "Wonk, yeah. If we land on the sun, we're gonna burn up." He said. So the other guy said, "Well, heck, we'll go at night." Yeah. See, that's the kind of joke. Yeah, it's always it just makes them look dumb. Yeah, and that model comes from like also Swedish and Norwegian immigrants in America. They do this kind of joking back and forth, and so they also apply to Polish people. Yeah, like there was one. How did it go again? Um, did you hear about the Polak who thought his wife was trying to kill him? And then the answer is on her dressing table he found a bottle of polish remover. Because polish is spelled the same way as Polish. Another one is, how do you sink a Polish battleship? Put it in water. Just silly things, and like in some tourist places, like in long time ago, we went to this tourist places in Black Hills in South Dakota, and in some of these gift shops, there was these really ridiculous things. Yeah, one was. Oh, hang on a second, I gotta make sure the connection's still there. Yeah, it's still there. There was these really ridiculous things, and one was called a Polish coffee cup. Guess where the handle's at? Yeah. It's inside the cup. So really silly things like that. So when you hear this all the time, yeah, and then you meet somebody who's really from Poland, you kind of like, are you guys really that off? You know, it, it's just rugged, yeah, that just really makes them look dumb. I mean, there's all these jokes like that they really get raunchy, yeah. The jokes really can get raunchy, and the bottom line is it just makes people look kind of dumb, yeah. And like I said, the same model, they use the same joking style between Swedish people will do that against Norwegian people. I mean, these are the immigrants in America. I don't know if this really happens in Sweden and Norway, but in America, the immigrants would do that to each other, and so it just gets really silly, yeah, and it gets really ridiculous sometimes. So when you're an American and you hear the word, when you see somebody's from Poland, and the first thing that comes to your mind are these jokes, yeah, and that's really bad stereotyping, and that shouldn't be that way, yeah. So that's a habit I had to learn to drop, because I met some nice people from Poland living here in Berlin, yeah. So this is something that I try to do, because there's a lot of racist white people have really bad, horrible racist jokes against Indians, and so I try not to be that way, even unknowingly, yeah, because sometimes you might tell a joke and you don't know it's offensive, so you have to be prepared, yeah. When you're talking about another culture, you better be careful. So, you better, what do you call it? And the audience too. Like say for example, I could say among Indian people, I could say, what do you call two pretty girls on the Pine Ridge Indian reservation? And then somebody will say, I don't know. Then the answer would be two lost tourists. Now, you say that among Indians, it's funny, okay? But if you say that in the audience where there's a bunch of white people, then it could get ugly. Yeah, it could get racist. So that's why I said you always have to be, when you're talking about cultures, you have to really be careful on these kind of things. Unless it's widely accepted or something, yeah. But other than that, I don't want to be a participant in that kind of thing. So I always make sure, when I hear a funny joke, I always make sure it's not offensive. And when I hear somebody telling a joke that's kind of offensive, I stop them and I say, wait a minute, I don't like this where this joke is going, and what I heard so far, I find it pretty offensive, and I'm asking you to please stop. Yeah, and tell another joke. You're a real funny guy, but this joke is kind of getting racist, and you need to be aware of that. Maybe among your German friends, it's not, but when it's a joke that involves Indians, and I'm an Indian sitting right in front of you, this is sounding racist. That happened to me several times. So I do stop them, and if they don't stop, then I get up and leave. Yeah, I just said, I'm not going to be at this party, because if you can't respect me, um, what can I expect from you? Not much. Yeah, so it's no party for me. So why am I here? Yeah. So I don't find that joke funny at all, and I don't appreciate it that you finished the joke and now you're apologizing. It's a little bit too late for that. So you guys go ahead and have your good old time making fun of other people, and I got better things to do. So I'm real careful about that. Yeah. So anyway, this no, I don't. When I hear the word Polish, it doesn't bring those jokes back anymore. Yeah. It doesn't bring these that Polish guys must be really dumb to be like that. I don't think like that anymore because I've smartened up. Yeah. So this is something that I'm really big on. To be respectful to others because as I said earlier, how you communicate is a reflection of what's going on inside of you. So if you're making fun of other cultures, that says a lot about you too. So I try to be fair. Yeah, I really try to be fair. Um, so today I heard this news, and but it's outstanding. Yeah, what's happening? This there was an experiment. I think it was done in Poland. I'm not too sure. I heard the word Poland, Polish anyway, and it is amazing. What they did was they see in I guess deep inside your nose there's these olfactory nerves. Is that what they're called? What they did to this guy who he was paralyzed from the chest on down, and what they had this idea that these olfactory nerves they're constantly regenerating. Yeah, and so they came up with this idea in Poland. Hey, why don't we put this in somebody's spine where they're injured that caused them to be paralyzed? Why don't we put these some of these cells there and see if it regenerates things there? And here it did. Yeah, so they're showing this guy who had this surgery done 6 months ago, and the guy is walking. He's moving his arms. He's sitting up. He's standing. He's not perfect because it's still happening. Yeah, the operation. I mean, the regeneration in his spine is still happening, but he is actually walking. It's not a fast walk, but he is walking. That was amazing. Huh? That's then isn't that just amazing? I mean, how something so small inside your body that it makes such a huge impact. Boy, let me tell you, I know this 100%. Yeah, because something happened to me 3 years ago, where inside our ears there's this mechanism. I think it has two or three parts. They're kind of like gears, and deep down inside your inner ear. And what they do is they function so that you don't get dizzy when you turn your head, or when you look up, or look down, or you stand up, or you start walking. They function with the rest of your body, sending all these signals out so that you have balance. Yeah. Well, sometimes that part can get sick. It can get infected for whatever reason, and then you lose all balance. Yeah, you move your head just a hair, and the room spins. Yeah, and you try to stand up, and oh my God, it's like you're in some kind of a amusement park ride that just won't stop until you get still again. That happened to me, and I that was hell. Yeah, that was so devastating. I couldn't really do anything for at least a week. I was basically just laying down all the time and trying to recuperate because I got stomach sick at the same time because of the dizziness. And about Actually, it was more about like 4 or 5 days. I finally was able to sit up without getting dizzy, to walk around the house and start getting used to things. I was able to shower and start going outside, taking small walks and stuff like that, and slowly training myself so that these things relearn. Yeah, it's like a baby learning how to walk again. And so you have to. It's really a hell of adjustment. Yeah, it's like you're drunk all the time, but you're not. You know what I mean? Sometimes it's funny. My side to side is still a little bit not 100% yet, yeah. So if I tilt to the side, I can't catch my balance, and then I just boom. It can be hilarious, yeah. And I see the humor in it, and that happened to me one time, and and everybody ran to my where I was. They thought I was gonna pass out or something. I said, "No, I'm all right. It's my side to side balance is not 100% yet." So it kind of took a spill there, but it wasn't anything major. Um, but see, something so small can just really do major. You know, if when it doesn't function right, yeah, it does major damage, and so I know how that is. You know, when something so incredibly minute, so small, can make such a huge impact in your life. Never underestimate, the size of something. If it's really small, never underestimate that, because the power is more than you can imagine. Yeah, because look at this guy. He's walking. Yeah, I mean, he still has to use a cane, but he is walking. Yeah, he's moving his toes. He's able to sit up. He's able to comb his hair. Yeah, it's just amazing. And I think that's wonderful. So doctors are saying we have to repeat this as many times as possible. We have to get more paralyzed people doing this operation, because this is the only way they're going to perfect it. Yeah, this is the only way they're going to be able to perfect that operation, is to do it as many times as possible. That's good news, no matter what. So this is the only way it's up, and to say we have to do this as many times as possible, that was really happy to hear. Yeah, because that means more people who are paralyzed are going to be walking again. I'm happy for those people. Yeah, I don't even know them, but to maybe they were born. I mean, maybe something happened to them, and now they can use it. And I wonder if that's going to be possible for those who are born that way. Yeah, for those who are born and they can't move their legs at all. I wonder if that same operation will work. That's probably something they're going to test out too. That would be wonderful, yeah, if it works for them too. Something so small, yeah, inside your nose, yeah, it's deep inside, something so minutely small is doing something to the spine, and you put it there. Isn't that amazing? How wonderful our bodies are, that when we can make a transplant within the same body, that what these olfactory nerves are doing. Like I said, what they're doing is they're always regenerating themselves, and that was a damn cool idea, yeah. To think, hey, why don't we put this in the spine? Because the way they got paralyzed is their nerves are damaged, and they're not repairable, not any other way. But these little olfactory things, they're constantly regenerating. So they applied them to these nerves, and by golly, they started getting repaired. And they start walking. Yeah, this guy's starting to walk, and gee, that's amazing. The doctor was standing there saying, "This is more significant." That meant more to him than witnessing the first man on the moon. I totally agree. Shit, we don't have no business on the moon anyway, yeah? Why are we spending all that money trying to land on the moon? There isn't even any air up there. Anyway, I thought that's really cool news, yeah? So if you know somebody who's paralyzed, tell them about that. It's amazing, yeah? It's really, really amazing. So, anyway, and that's coming from Poland, so never underestimate the Polish, yeah? And another thing that really stopped me from I mean, one thing that helped me to break that stereotype was meeting people from Poland. And when I first moved here to Berlin, I went to this, it's called a Volkshochschule. And what it is like a community school. And there's all kinds of things you can, different kind of courses and stuff like that. And there were these, I mean, there's, the class I was in, it's learning how to speak German. And there were people from all over the world in that class. And there was 2 girls from Poland. Oh, the sweetest girls I ever met. Yeah, and what were their names again? Karina, and I think she was from the south of Poland, and the other gal, Sophia, she was from Warsaw. Yeah, I think Krakow, is that southern Poland? So Karina was from there, and Sophia was from Warsaw. Yeah, I think that's how it went. Really nice girls, yeah, really friendly girls, and when I got done, and see, they were au pairs, and so I don't know where they are now, but those are really, really nice ladies, yeah, real nice ladies. So and one, Sophia, she could speak English, yeah, so they really have a sexy accent, yeah. I always hung around Sophia so I could hear her accent. She was a pretty girl too. Both of them were really pretty girls. Yeah, talking about the body and how the body communicates to other parts of itself, and I was talking about a Tiospaye. A Tiospaye is an extended family, but it's also a group of people who decide to live together because of common anything. In the Tiospaye, they're not all relatives. Most of them are, okay, but not all of them. There are going to be several others there, but they share a common background, and that's a Tiospaye. That's a camp, yeah, from a long time ago. And every camp is different because of the dynamics. Yeah, like for example, in some camps there might be more women, and so you're going to have the women's societies doing a little bit more of what needs to be done. You know what I mean? So it always depends. Everything is when you go from, if you were to travel back in time and go from Lakota group to Lakota group, you're going to see that there are differences, and it's because of the makeup. Yeah, it's because of the composition of the group, and but the bottom line is they do what needs to be done so that the people are taken care of, that the people are fed, that the people are loved, that the people are wanted, that they're valued, and they're all raised in a way where the community is what's important. The focus is on the community. So even as little children, they learn these things, that you do things for the community. Yeah. So by the time they're adults, they see this in action, and they see how when they do things like this, everybody's happy. No, there's no jealousy. Yeah. So they see it working. They see it all around them, and so they grow up. It's just a natural way to be. Yeah. So in these societies, you have people doing different things, and that whatever whatever role that plays, yeah, um, whatever um, aspect of that society is, whether, like, say for example, the security, um, the feeding of the group, the anything you think, the economics of the group, the judicial system, the emotional, the social aspects, and everybody is seen to in this kind of situation, and there's going to be different societies focusing on those each aspect. Yeah, so and it really works. Yeah, and our bodies are the same way. Our Lakota camp circle is actually a reflection, or actually a projection. No, a reflection would be better. It's a reflection of the human body. Yeah, in the human body, you have blood cells that fight. When something, when something intrudes your body, a virus or whatever. Yeah, and these blood cells, they attack it. Yeah, they get it out of the system. They may get sick first, though. Yeah, but they're going to learn the disease. They're going to learn how the disease works, and then now that they know how that disease works, then they kick it out, and now they're stronger for it. They've learned from the disease. In other words, they've learned from the difficulty that came among them. So your body's teaching you something here, that we should be this way too, that when we have difficulties in our lives, that we should learn from that. So our bodies are saying the same thing, because they're doing the same thing. Yeah? They're also learning from that. Whenever something happens to the body, they learn from it, and they start the healing process. Yeah, like I a couple days ago, I tripped on. See, I have a computer chair. Computer. What do you call it? Desk chair. Those things that go under the it's a floor mat. Yeah, and they go under the computer desk, so the chair doesn't mark up the floor. Mine is really old, and it folds up at the corners. Yeah, at the sides. Yeah, at all four sides it folds up because it's really old. No, it's not because I'm heavy. I'm really heavy, so it sunk the center down, and the four edges came up. Maybe that might have a role in it. Maybe not. I'm not saying. That's secret private business there. Anyway, maybe there was somebody sitting on my lap the whole time, and that's why it went up. Shoot. Anyway, so it was sticking up, yeah, this edge, and I came to walking in this direction, and my foot, my big toe stubbed it. Yeah, I stubbed my toe on that corner, and oh, geez, I lost balance, and luckily I caught myself, but I was like cussing out that floor mat, and so I'm going to throw it away. I have to, yeah, because I don't want that to happen again. And I about 10 minutes later, I was like, there's something. My big toe was numb. Yes, I couldn't feel anything, and I glanced down, and I was like, wait a minute, it's really dark. I hear the toenail split. It didn't go all the way down. Yeah, thank goodness, but it just the very top part, it split. And I'm like, oh no. And you know what that's like, when you, like for example, you have to take part of your toenail off to exposing underneath, and how weird that feels and it hurts. Yeah, and I was like, oh, geez, that's awful. Yeah, so I cut the toenail off. I mean, the part that was sticking out, I cut that off right away, and I washed it. Yeah, I cleaned it out. Oh, that hurt, and it felt weird at the same time because this is the part that's under your toenail. Yeah. That was so weird feeling. Yeah. I don't mean to gross you out, so I'll make the story short. But that's healing. Yeah, that there's scab there now. Yesterday there was a scab there. Now it's starting to look normal again. See, this is what I mean. The body is taking care of me. Yeah, the blood cells, they form the scab to after I cleaned it off. Yeah, so no dirt goes in there. It cleaned it off. When a scab forms, this is good. Yeah, and luckily I don't have to peel the scab off every day. Yeah, but I do wash it no matter what. Every day I wash it and make sure it stays clean, and it's looking good now. Yeah, the bruise is gone, and see, this is what I mean. The body takes care of you, so you should take care of it. Yeah, your body wants to take care of you. Your body is functioning on love. It loves you, so you should take care of it. Yeah. I mean, always remember, don't go extreme. Yeah, because when you go extreme, that's when you form these ideas of perfection, and that's when addictive thinking comes into play, and that can really lead to psychosomatic illnesses. That's why you have to be careful. When I say, be good to your body, you don't have to become a mountain climber or anything like that. But just take better care, and do the best that you can. Yeah, and so that's what I do. Yes, I'm taking care of it, and because it's got that big toe, it's helping me walk, and keep balance. Just to see that happen, I mean, witness that every day. Yeah, that it's getting better. That really makes me feel good. Yeah, it looks still kind of rugged, but it's healing. Yeah, it looks nice. Toenail looks goofier than hell, but I still walk okay. But that'll fix itself, yeah. So, and the other toe has a big bruise on it because I dropped the box on myself, and the pinky toe, same thing. That bruise is gone now. The shits of moving, yeah. God dang it. Oh my. So that's I'm sharing with you, yeah. This is showing you that how the body is so powerful. Look at that, it's healing, yeah. It's healing my toe. That's so cool. Sometimes some people have a disease and called diabetes, and it makes that hard, yeah. That people it has a hard time forming a scab because that's where the disease affects that, and I feel sorry for people like that, yeah. But in this day, you can manage it. We have the technology and the medication today that is, as long as you take care of it and you manage it, you can do lots of things in your life. That's why I say, don't be shunning modern medicine. I mean, there's people who do that. Yeah? They don't want to have anything to do with modern medicine because they think, oh, it's just about making money, and and that's like saying all black people are athletes, that all white people dance funny, that all Indians are mystical and close to Mother Earth, and all of that is bullshit. All of that is bullshit. It's not. Not everybody is the same in the group. Yeah, where a group has a common identity, whether it's a race or a political group or a profession. They're not all the same. Just because somebody's a doctor doesn't mean they're good or smart. Yeah. So you shouldn't judge, all people in a profession based on one bad experience. So, and the best thing to do is modern medicine has come so far. I mean, you could look at Viagra. I mean, gee. That's one of the amazing feats of modern medicine, yeah? So we're just talking about the self, how the body is on your side. It wants to take care of yourself. And I know sometimes some people have diseases like diabetes, and it makes that really difficult. But like I said, in today's world, we have the technology and the medicine where you can manage it, yeah, and you can still live a very, very normal life. And I was starting to say that there are people who are totally against modern medicine, and that's really a wrong opinion to have, because their arguments are extreme. You cannot cure everything with nature alone. That's not the way it works. Sometimes you do have to rely on modern medicine. And look at this story I told you that happened in Poland, where they took these olfactory nerves and put them in the spine of a paralyzed man, and now 6 months later that guy's walking. That's modern medicine. Yeah, that's modern medicine that helped that to get accomplished. So there are so many wonderful benefits that can happen, And if you're just going to rely on nature alone, you might actually be doing harm, because you don't know nature. Yeah, nature is not easily controlled. It might do something unpredictable, and it doesn't see things as right or wrong, and the result might be detrimental. So, but with medicine, modern medicine, it's designed to do a certain thing. So there you have more control. There you have more. More what could happen is going to work. So, and like I said, another thing is that we shouldn't be judging all doctors as the same. That just because you hear a bad story on something, you shouldn't judge all doctors to be that way, or clinics. Where a clinic is, let's say a clinic, there's rugged things that happen there. You shouldn't think that all clinics are this way. Yeah, because it's not fair, because not everybody is the same, and so this is that kind of thinking is like saying like I said earlier, to say all white people are bad. That's not true. Yeah, look at what happened in Poland. These are white people. Yeah, and they did this experiment, and it's working. The man is walking. You cannot say that's a bad thing. Yeah, so it's not about that everybody is from a certain group, that everybody is one way, because that would be racist. Yeah, that's very disrespectful, to think like that. So keep that in mind.